Biggest news! These photos reveal the extent of Ikon Donghyuk's dramatic weight loss.
Check out the link in the top of the description box to Kgal. Kgal is a Korean cosmetics company launched in 2017 to provide the international audience with authentic Korean cosmetics, skincare, and makeup at the most affordable prices. An article was published recently about Donghyuk from the K-pop group Ikon and his body transformation or weight loss over the course of 2016. You can see in photos that in the beginning of 2016, he looked normal or thin.
Yeah, he looked very healthy.
I mean, you don't become a K-pop idol by being overweight, so he looked very healthy, actually. And then as the year goes by, near the end of the year, some more photos have popped up of him, and his face is very thin.
Yes, he's extremely thin. It was reported that he lost something like 14 kilograms, which is about 30 pounds. He said in the beginning of 2016 that he stress eats and that he felt that he was a little chubby or a little bit fat in the beginning of 2016. So he went on a diet throughout the course of 2016. It looks like it was not the best decision.
I would be way less concerned if in the article somewhere it said that he was exercising regularly. I know that dancing or being a K-pop idol is going to include a lot of dancing, so he's going to get activity that way. But if he's not exercising regularly, then the dieting becomes a big deal or a bigger issue because he is obviously too thin at this point.
Yeah, he's definitely too thin. If the numbers and the sources are correct, he's 5'9" or 175 centimeters, and he weighs approximately 44 kilograms or 97 pounds.
Is that really 97 pounds, 44 kilograms?
Yeah.
So he's taller than me and he weighs less than 100 pounds?
Supposedly, if the reported numbers are correct, to which I have to say, who's reporting these numbers? Where are they getting these numbers? But that's ridiculously thin.
Well, let's say that the numbers are accurate and he does weigh 97 pounds. I mean, who watching this agrees that that's okay or that's an acceptable weight for someone who's 5'9"? Like, I'm 5'7" and I weigh 165 pounds. I feel like I'm slightly overweight around the middle, like I have a little bit of a tire, but overall, I'm fine. Who doesn't have an issue with their weight? I mean, who literally is sitting here watching this going, no, my weight's perfectly fine. I can eat as much as I want. I never have to worry about gaining anything. I'm sure that that's a small percentage of people out there, but the majority of us, humans, always has some sort of issue to take up with your own body image. And them being up in the spotlight with so many other people watching them, I can see why he'd want to lose weight or look a little bit better. But if he's not exercising, like I said earlier, then that's the big issue with me.
Well, he's clearly exercising because of the dancing and because they have been touring throughout 2016. They actually had 2 tours that are going on. The first tour was the iConcert, which was in 2016, and they had 28 shows. And then they're doing a Japan tour from 2016 that's currently going on into 2017.
Did it say how many stops in Japan they had?
It did not say.
They probably have a lot because Japan's big K-pop fans over there, biggest in the world after South Koreans and China. That'll keep them busy, that'll keep them active, and that makes me hopeful that, along with being around all the other members at the same time who are watching him, who actually know about this now, see the issue with him eating or his diet up close. They're gonna take care to make sure that he eats, because people in groups like this, I mean, in Korea, and this is something that Americans have lost. Americans think they haven't lost this, but living over another country like we did for so long, like, we know people over there eat together. I mean, they really eat together. If you work at a particular office building once you've graduated college, you're gonna go eat with your colleagues almost every day. And if you don't, you're the exception to the rule and you're considered the outcast and you're not the normal one and people are gonna look at you strange. Nobody wants to be looked at strange over there. Over here, we like our individualism and we like all our own shit and everyone's got their own idea of how it should go, and things have changed so dramatically in America. But my point is that if we're sitting here talking about it, it must be a big issue because even the members of Ikon are gonna care deeply about how he eats and what his diet is, and they're right there eating alongside him. Like, he's not allowed to eat by himself.
Yes, in fact, let me throw out a quote out there. Jinhwan, one of his fellow Ikon members, said, "Donghyuk is strict with diets. He didn't eat carbohydrates, and I got worried that he lost too much weight, so these days I feed him by force."
Yeah, what does that mean, feed him by force? Does that actually mean crank his mouth open, hold his mouth open, shovel the food in.
No, I'm sure that's not what that means.
The other important point I think to point out why this might be happening is he's 19. I remember when I was 19, between the years of 19 and 21, I had my biggest eating problems also. I actually ate way too much and ballooned up. By the time I was 21, I had decided that I was way too fat. Prior to that in my life, during high school, I was an athlete. And when I was 21, I just started exercising and I lost over 32 pounds in one summer because I was determined to eat right and exercise. And then after that, I sort of always fall back on that time where I exercise. I think him being 19 is the same sort of thing. He hasn't figured out his routine in eating yet.
Well, I think he's also figuring out how his body processes food. He was quoted as saying, "Food is my enemy, but I need it. I would like to eat a lot these days, but I can't digest food very well."
I sort of disagree with that a little bit. Food is nobody's enemy.
Well, it can be people's enemy. If you have digestive problems like gastritis or colitis, food can make you sick and you can have a hard time keeping weight because your body isn't processing it properly. I know for me, when I was in Korea, I actually had some of these problems and
food was too spicy for you.
Food was too spicy or too greasy and it made me sick, and so I didn't want to eat. So I can see why his fellow Ikon members are trying to get him to eat, but he's stressed out because of his concert schedule. He's a very sensitive guy. He's known for being very sensitive. And all of this probably just adds on until he's not eating properly.
We here at Hallyu Back always try to provide as much information in the videos that we upload. Comments down below your reaction to this. I feel like right at the end there we started touching on something that we could make a whole nother video about, because I don't think of food as being the enemy at all, but there are people who have more sensitive stomachs or intestines or just insides that a lot of food doesn't cooperate with your body.
Yeah, I hope that they find him a good dietitian or that he gets some good dietary assistance, whether it's hospitalization or something, so that this can be nipped in the bud.
And hopefully, him being a member of Ikon gets a lot of support from his fellow members. Click the like button, you guys. Let us know down below what you think. Thank you for supporting us. Click the bell for notifications, and don't forget to subscribe for more HallyuBack news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.